What up? Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Give me a minute here. Had to go catch a cat that escaped into the night. Although it's early morning, so she'll be fine. It's the mama cat. She got out, but Mama Cat Boots, she's smarter than her son. Stays out of trouble. But good morning, good morning. Clash was going on this weekend. I did not go, sadly. But it looks like everyone that did go had a really good time. It is 4:40 on the west coast here, and so all my lights are all off, and fish are still kind of sleepy. But I know you East Coasters are just about getting up, and people throughout the country, I guess. We'll see who we got in here. Only Oscars. Have enough time to make some brownies. I'll be back. All right, make sure you save me some. Chalupa, no tomatoes. I should turn my phone sound off. You know, a good streamer would do that. Okay. Chalupa, what up, man? Feels like forever since I've seen you. Bet you're still on the graveyard shift. 3G, Sketty Nona, Furloughs Aquatics. I hate stupid people. Tink Tribe. What up, Stiff? GRB, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well too. Been up for an hour and a half. Oh, man. Give me 10 and I can hang out. Sweet. How's the sound? Hopefully the sound is doing all right. 7:45 p.m. Monday here. Got cat asleep on my lap while enjoying red wine. Nice, GRB. Me enjoying the wine, not the cat. Sure hope so. Audio, video, good. Cool. That's what I like to hear. So, I did get my table and everything placed, bought for, or paid for Fishtoberfest. So that's all ready to go. Still don't really know what I'm gonna sell, but probably gonna be some fish and probably gonna be some plants. And I know that Shanna is sharing the table with me, and she's got some rocks that she wants to sell and some other stuff, I think, which is gonna be cool. But it's really not gonna be a whole lot of selling. It's pretty much, I want it to be a table for people if they just want to come hang out and chill. They're welcome to. I'll try to get more chairs and stuff so that people want to set their stuff down or just get away from the standing up on the crowd, you know? I was trying to see if I could get a streaming setup thing, but I think I wouldn't have the capabilities unless we just do it from my phone, which might be possible. I could easily do a stream from my phone and just like walk around and show you the booths and stuff. I didn't do that last year. I did do videos though. Selling rocks, is that legal? Hey, they're Oregon native rocks, you know? It's a fish event, anything goes. Not anything, but John McKenzie, good morning. So, did anyone at the Clash get anything good? I know Jason went to the Clash. Did you get some good stuff, Jason? I'll have to wait for some videos to come out or something. I see my flower horn nephew is awake. Yeah, he's awake. Creeping in the dark. His pearls are just getting insane. They're all starting to morph into each other. He's gonna be a high pearl flower horn for sure. Just waiting for his reds to come in. Still got time. He's still young. Depends on the rock. When you're selling rocks on the corner, that's a problem. Yep. Selling rocks and Molly. Single Molly. A wolffish he wants so bad. Ooh, that's cool. Wolffish are pretty freaking aggressive. Big teeth. Dovi? I think he's meaning like an actual wolffish. I forget the genus or whatever they're called, but not the Dovi. Maybe it is a Dovi. Jeremy, what up, bro? Oh, it is a Dovi. About 11 inches, makes a flower horn look like a puppy. Yeah, they are mean motherfuckers. Those Dovi. They get big too. They can get up to like 20 inches on the males. Just sad I missed the Clash, bro. I feel you, man. I missed the Clash too. Morning in Strong Graveyard. Yep, I feel it, man. It is tough to be making these streams. Luckily, I'm on my weekend, uh, so I'll be up for a little bit and get some stuff done after this. Then I'll be going back to bed in the afternoon so I can get up for work. Pepling Creek, what up, Brian? Andy Woods has tanks full of them. Anyone watch him? Yeah, I watch Andy Woods. He's got that really big dove eye. It's at the Keystone Clash, and it was awesome. Off today, just recouping from the event. Nice. Yesterday, I did go to the reef store, and I tried to get them to test the water on my tank, but the reef guy wasn't in, so he couldn't. The freshwater specialist couldn't test it. Surprisingly, uh, but he sold me a coral. That's okay. I was out looking at the coral, and I was like, okay, I'll try this. So there's another coral added to the tank. It's a LPS, large polyp stony, uh, flower pot coral. Waffle. Do you hear his milk, not milk, but bead joke? What kind of uh bee makes milk? Boobies. Yeah, you guys says it a lot better. So that's the end of that. Got some easy corals this weekend. Sweet. Hopefully they do good for you. Definitely need corals in a tank. Especially a saltwater tank. I mean, if you're running saltwater, you might as well try some easy corals in there. Do you know what they're called, Jason? Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot has changed. Just getting ready for Fishtoberfest. That is going to be fun, definitely. Hmm. Man, I feel like losing my stuff on streaming. It's been a while since I've been regularly doing it. I know I've been slacking a lot, but just working. And Trying to keep life in balance. Life balance is always fun. Yeah, it can be fun and difficult sometimes, but just milling around the fish room. Sure, I haven't even thought of that. Why not drop the damn freaking link? Duh. See, I'm losing my freaking touch. I don't think I need a co-host, but I would like Jason to come up, or anyone, if they would like to come up. Good news, Ian. Should be getting a colony of black mollies in a week or two. Hell yeah. Are they different bloodline to the mollies you have? I know yours throw a lot of gold too, but I know you've been working on the black ones too. Maybe I'll pin it. There we go. Yours stopped throwing golds and blue sometime back. Oh, so they're just throwing all blacks now? Cool. Dude, the colony of Xenotoca didorii or diodrii, whatever they're called, uh, they're just there's more babies popping up in there. All I do is feed. There's like fake plants mixed in with some real floating plants because there's not like an actual light. There's a light that overhangs from a tank next to it that's getting some light. So, yeah, I need to get another light and then plant it up. The guy had an 11-inch wolf, two 10-inch Oscars, and a 20-inch arowana in a 75-gallon. Wow. That's a lot of fish. Hoping to get the Silver Creek. To get the group Silver Creek Aquatics has. Nice. There he is.
What up, man?
What
Yeah.
up?
How's it going, man? Trying to see where you're at, man. Cool. What's going on? Just milling around, dude. How you doing?
Doing good. Just hanging out.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I have the day off, so I'm just chilling, drinking coffee, waking up.
Yep.
Just good. You done working? You gotta work?
Got the night off.
Sweet. Oh yeah, it's still night there for you, right?
Yeah, it's just about morning. It's about 5 a.m.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. I got some corals at the Keystone Clash, and I put them in this tank, but they got knocked around, and I got to get something to. How do you guys do with these plugs? Like
Oh, you just
coral people.
get a super thick super glue gel and just paste the crap out of the bottom of the plug and just glue it down to the rock. It helps if you take a little toothbrush and scrub at the place where you want to super glue so that it adheres better to the rock.
Okay. And like when I take and you like I don't need you talking about just going down. Do I gotta drain the water, or I can do that right through the water?
Yeah, you can just hand and all toothbrush. I wouldn't use a toothbrush that you use in like fresh water. I'd use a separate one and just
Yeah.
keep that one
Yeah.
for the salt water.
Okay. But you're talking about scrub whatever the bottom of the plug is. But I'm talking about the super glue isn't gonna like get like if I go straight through the water column with the super glue.
Well, you
Like I'm
just
gonna have the plug. I'm gonna put the plug in my hand, and I'm gonna put the super glue in the bottom of it, right?
you
And I'm
put
gonna
super
go,
glue at the bottom, and then you're just gonna go stick it on the
whoop,
rock. Yeah,
and it's not
and so
gonna
we're
the super glue is not gonna jacked up going through the water like that.
nope, because you're getting a super thick gel. You're not
Oh yeah, yeah.
getting
Do I
the.
have the gel? Maybe.
If
Shit.
you don't, you can order it. I use Bob Smith Industries coral glue. You can get it on Amazon. I sell like a 3-pack for pretty
Well,
cheap.
at the Keystone Clash, there was that aquascaping contest, right? And I entered it, and they gave us they had super glue there, right?
Hmm.
They told us first of all they told us to bring our own stuff. So Kirk picked some up super glue, and then we got there and they had super glue for everyone. So I was like, what the heck? So I stole it because I was mad.
Hell yeah.
I got this extra thick,
Oh yeah, that'll work.
10 to 15 seconds, and it
Yep.
also comes with the activator. I stole that too.
Yep. That's perfect.
Cool,
That is perfect.
cool. Maybe I'll do that right now because I'm tired of these things getting because the hermit crabs walk
Yep.
around in there and start knocking things
They
everywhere.
they just bulldoze them over, man. Had that problem in the first month of having coral. I was like, why are they not staying down? And then I was like, oh, you gotta glue them, and then
Yeah, and then
eventually they'll encrust over and they'll just settle themselves on the rock.
but I got like I had the same problem. So like I don't know what to do, and I got this there's like some sort of like cement they make, but it was like pink, right?
Yeah.
So like for the first like 3 or 4 months until it got covered in algae, it looked like hell. It just stuck out like whoa. I mean, it's not how much better is a white plug, but I don't know. Let's see if we can figure this one out. I gotta get
Yeah.
more.
So wherever the placement of where you want to put it, where if there's like algae and a bunch of stuff, try and use a toothbrush
On that
on
too,
the
yeah.
rock and take it off of the rock and try and make the rock pretty clean. Because
Yeah, make a
sometimes,
good connection. Yeah,
yeah,
makes sense. I'm going in for a sec here. I gotta get this. This one fell back here. I just got these like whatever. There's like I don't know. It's kind of the same ones I have. But then I got this other one that looks like it's like a feather. You can see it. Hold on. Let me put this one down. This one back here.
is it like a stick?
I don't know. Maybe if you make it big, you can probably see it better.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I can do that.
The other big. There you go. I don't know. I can't remember. It
It
has
does.
like these little like green or yellow greeny things that come out of it. Looks like like whiskers. Apparently they're really easy. They take
Is
over
it
everything.
purple on the bottom?
Yeah, purple and there's like the greenish, like fluorescent green things. Well, they're all under that blue light thing.
Okay, that should be green star polyps. That's a real easy one.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Yes, I couldn't remember the name. GSPs is what he called them.
Yep, GSP. And now, if you also have a coral cutter, you can cut
Nip the
those.
bottoms.
You can cut those bottoms off.
Well, you could do that with just like a tile tool, right, or whatever.
Yeah, tile cutter or whatever they're called.
I have these bonsai tools that would probably work for that, for like cutting branches.
Hmm. Yeah, I've used anything from like wire cutters to.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that would. Yeah, wire cutters probably work too, but that would be like I don't know. That'd be brutal. That's like the hack and slash method. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I have a toothbrush that would work. I got a scrubby brush, but it's too big to stick in this tank. I don't know where to put everything. Someone's kind of staying there. Maybe we'll leave that one. But those crabs, when they come through, they're going to knock them all over.
they do that.
Oh, I just put that in there too. Chattanooga Ed gave it to me. Somebody was selling for $2. He's like, dude.
Man, that's perfect.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Stephen P. I missed you.
What up,
What is
Steven?
up, man? Foxy's Fishes, what's going on?
Steven was at the Clash. Good times.
Man, there was like a half-inch size flame tang
Ooh,
at Petco,
nice.
and I almost got him because he was so small and tiny.
Yeah.
But
That's cool. How much?
but
Petco's not
I didn't see
usually
a
cheap.
price tag on him. Usually Petco's not too bad.
Really? Petco around me is kind of a little pricey, especially for saltwater stuff. But they usually don't have a huge selection either. But yeah, that's cool. Should have asked. You see what's on
Yeah,
there?
I should have. I was just in a rush.
Yeah,
I was
I hear you.
getting cat food and shit. Decided to pop in at the saltwater section.
So I picked up these. Well, I did a swap with Maria Z, and I got some Luminatus. Gertrude, or Pseudomugel Luminatus. And they're doing great. I was going to feed them. You don't have to keep me big, man. It's cool. Unless you want to. I don't care.
I'm trying to look at them. They're so small, but I see
know.
the bright blue eye and the blue on their shirt.
Plus, they're hiding in the back there, so I'm going to try and lure them out with a little food here. No, maybe not. I see him back there.
You trying to collect all the pseudomugels?
It seems like it, right? I'm actively trying to get another one too. But they're like the rare ones that I'm looking
They're
for.
a cool fish, man.
Yeah, I like them. And surprisingly, there was not a single one that was at the Clash. Not even in the well, I mean in the show. Nobody entered any pseudos. I was like, damn. Could have brought some and automatically won.
Lunatic Fringe, good morning. Crypt Keeper, good morning. We got Jason, Depths Unknown.
What's going on, guys? What's up, Crypt Keeper? I missed you. You were there too. I missed you. He was at the Clash.
And it seems those rainbows do really good for your water. You're popping fry out all the time.
Oh my word, dude! I don't know if you saw that one video I just put out a little while ago. It was like a short little 2-minute thing about the brackish ones I have, right? I had a mop in there. I mean, I got these things as like bigger than fry, like at the end of July, beginning of August, right? I put a mop in there like the week I got them, and they started laying eggs in the mop. And then, whoops, I'm not sure what you're seeing right now because I accidentally changed my view. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I got, I don't want to, it's only a 5-gallon tank. I want to overcrowd it. So I pulled the mop out. Next thing you know, there's still a ton of eggs sitting in this sponge. They started using the sponge as a mop. And now the whole top is just covered like a little baby fry. Speaking of, I got to feed them.
Yeah, I see them all over the place in there.
And some of them are really tiny, right? So I took a turkey baster and I kind of sucked up some of those eggs off the sponge, and I took them down here and I shot them in my freshwater tank because that was brackish, right? This is just a grow out tank. This is just shrimp in it, and within like a couple hours, they started hatching. Well, some of them did, and I believe yesterday I looked in here and there was 3 of them. So I was gonna see if they would do better freshwater when they're growing out, saltwater growing out, or whatever brackish when they're growing out. I don't know. Plus, I started calling and see freshwater, see how they do. I see at least 3 fry right here. I don't know if you can see that. I can't even. Hold on. Let me change my. I'm looking at YouTube, so it's like 40 seconds behind. There we go. Yeah, you can see them at the top there, top left.
Oh, I see them.
Light. Yeah.
The little eyelashes with eyeballs.
Yeah, they're like by the bubbles coming up. Yeah, there's something swimming. There's at least 3 right there. I could see.
That's cool. So
Yeah, they're cool.
you think they should do better since you threw them in as an egg and they hatched in fresh
Yeah,
water?
they hatched out there. That's when I want to see if they hatched in the fresh water. If that was kind of like there's like no, just born in it. You know what I mean? So maybe they grow their entire lives in it. It would be like, oh, okay, this is how it is. You know what I mean? This is just how it is. There, I feed them.
And your water is super hard. Lots of minerals in it.
It does have a lot of minerals. It is pretty hard water.
So that's good.
Hard water. I believe it was like last time I checked, it was like, I think it was 18 degrees of general hardness and like something like 8 or 6 degrees of KH. It's like pretty hard.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
pH used to be like when I first. I mean, I've been here 20 years in this house. Oh my god. I can't believe I just said that. But anyway, when I was first setting up tanks around here, the pH used to be like 8.2, 8.4 coming out of the tap. And then now it's like 7.6, 7.8, depending on the time of the year. I haven't checked it in a little while, so it might have changed again. Yeah, and I just do the first bites for these little fry dudes. I dip a little paintbrush in there and, do the dust method. Seems to work pretty well.
I like first bites.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff. That was like the first thing about. Well, I used to have just Bacteria E was what I was using. That seemed to work pretty well too. Actually, I had no complaints. Or the fry seemed to do well.
Yeah, I do a big mix. I use the coral reef roids. Sometimes.
Oh yeah. It's got a lot of stuff in there, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much just powdered zooplankton. Although I do want to try the reef chili. And it's pretty much like freeze-dried. Yeah, it's like freeze-dried zooplankton and phytoplankton, along with like these microscopic copepods and just a bunch of different pods that are all freeze-dried.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a super fine powder food.
There's one over here too. So there might be 4 in here. I threw a bunch of a cluster in there, and then the shrimp went all over it. I actually saw one of them hatch, which was actually really cool. Sprung out like a little spring. It was like, bing! And he was all like, whoop, 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 whoop. That's exactly how he was. Oh, yeah, and I got these. You said we were talking about these once, I think. This Festivums? You have Festivums too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that one that was not doing so well, he died.
Oh.
Died like the next day. But these other 3 are doing great. So
that's good.
But I don't know how much. I mean, these guys probably don't like as hard of water as they're in, and I don't know if they were wild caught or not. I'm not sure how Festivums are these days. They used to be pretty popular back.
They used to be really popular and bred a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Now it seems like the only ones we're getting are wild caught, and they don't have a lot of information on them.
Yeah.
And it seems like the ones that I bought were supposed to be a rare species, but now I have new information from the breeder that he doesn't even really know what species they are. So we're going back to just calling them Messanuta SP.
Yeah, species, whatever. Best known species. Yeah, maybe I should move the camera back. It's trying to autofocus on too close. There we go.
But they generally like softer water. But
yeah,
they're pretty hardy. They're really adaptable.
Yeah, I agree. They seem to be doing all right now. Whatever, they've made these guys have made the adjustment. The other guy, I guess he couldn't hack it. So then there were 3. I'm gonna make a trek back to that store that I got them at, and every time I went there, they had them. So, and it was usually a month span, a few months apart or something like that,
Cool.
So they seem to be able to get them.
When they get bigger, they really color up.
Yeah, these guys. I don't know. It's not coming through the camera, but yeah, they're starting to get like a like a pink edge on like
Mhm.
their fins and their belly, and those like little pectoral fins, or whatever the
Yep.
ones coming out the bottom are. I don't know what those fins are called.
The ventral fins.
Ventral fins. Okay, cool. Yeah, they got a pretty cool color to them too sometimes. And I just noticed recently that they get like this almost kind of like a, you know how like Jack Dempsey and all that stuff, to get that iridescent sheen, like dots on them.
Yes.
Starting to get that. I saw the one guy, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. They'll get that more as they get more happy, and
Yeah.
they'll really like, even in natural sunlight, it looks a lot. I love seeing them in natural sunlight.
Yeah, I really like these guys. I'm glad I got them. I got to get some more because I want to get like a bigger colony. And I'm still setting up this 125, so that's probably going to be their ultimate destination.
And they're pretty chill. And they're gonna love that 125.
Yeah, I was thinking putting them in there with the Tapajos. I got 8 of them. I think it was 8.
Apparently those got reclassified.
Oh yeah, Tapajos.
Yeah, they got a new species name, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they now?
Let me see.
He's like, I don't know.
I forget what it's called because it's so new. I just found out about it like last month.
Yeah, I mean, I just found out about it right now.
Or a couple weeks ago.
Here, let's go over here. So we're walking around. I just fed those guys too, so they're cool. I gotta feed some bloodworms. Oh, maybe I'll do the frozen stuff. I don't know. This might be too little. Yeah, they had a bunch of cool stuff at the Clash, but I was like, most of it was plecos and cories.
So Geophagus bryocephalus.
So why not Tapajos? Like, what was the deal? They couldn't just.
They were just Geophagus redhead Tapajos.
Oh, that was like a I don't know, a hobby name. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so
all
now
they had.
have
They never had an actual species name.
Oh, I thought Tapajos was the species name. I should have just made the species name Tapajos.
Well, you know how taxonomists,
Yeah, exactly.
They gotta fuck shit up, man. And
Apparently,
trying to look up coral names
oh god,
is impossible to try and identify some corals. But as long as I can figure out the genus, I'm not really worried about the species.
Yeah, true. Yeah, these guys are little piranhas, man. They're getting bigger though. I got them at like barely an inch. Now they're at least 2.5 knuckles now.
And is this a 40 breeder?
This is a 10-gallon.
10 gallon. Wow. That rock really puts it into space.
Yeah, right. I should have said, yeah, it is a 40 breeder, man.
40 breeder.
No, it's a 10-gallon tank. This is like a grow out for them. Like I said, they were pretty small. They are still pretty small. Obviously, it's a 10-gallon. They look kind of big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they're probably about 2 knuckles. But I like them. They tend to hide a lot, though. I think they're pretty skittish.
Yeah, they'll open up as they get bigger.
Yeah, they probably realize they're little dudes and they should probably hide because there's a lot of things that like to eat little dudes in the wild.
And it might help to have some like diddlerfish in there, like maybe
It's not a bad idea.
school of tetras.
Well, I originally had some like when I put them in here, they seemed like they were pretty chill, so I put them in here with a bunch of blue dream shrimp. And then at some point, I realized all the blue dream shrimp are hiding at the top, right where the airline meets the water, trying to hide. And then one of them went down to the bottom, and I realized why they were all hiding, because they just ripped that thing apart. I was like, oh god, let me get those guys out of there. So I saved whatever I could, but man, I apologize to the ghosts of all those blue dreams.
Yep.
But I guess the geos ate well.
Yeah, they're good cichlid snacks. I've come to the realization that no shrimp is safe with any cichlid.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Although, well, are baddest are not considered a cichlid, are they?
Baddest are not technically a cichlid, although
Okay.
I like to personally call them the mini cichlid.
Yeah, they look like a cichlid, right? They
They
look like
look
they're
like a
really.
mini cichlid, and they can
Yeah,
go in like 5 gallon, 2 gallon tanks as long as they're fed properly.
yeah. I got a
They're a
couple.
really tiny little fish.
Yeah, I got some in. Did I put food in this morning? I think I did. I got three baddest. I got two in one tank and one in the other, and I was sold as like two females, one male. That's why I bought it. But it was obviously so far it's two males, maybe a female. I think it might still be a sleeper male. I gotta separate them. Kind of cool to have a female baddest.
Bamboo shrimp with angels. See, bamboo shrimp I can see getting away because they're a bigger shrimp.
I
They're
often
like
thought about
they're like
doing that.
thumb size.
Believe it or not, I thought about doing that in a bala shark tank. I think they actually would be probably all right. Bala sharks don't seem to mess with any fish.
No, they're more of like a algae grazer, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're like I think in the wild they eat like stuff like off of the top of the water or whatever, insects. Yeah. Yeah, I believe they pick on a lot of veggies. I feed mine bug bites.
Have you ever tried feeding them like seaweed?
Mm-mm. I actually have some of that. Like, what is it? The Hikari seaweed stuff, whatever that is.
Yeah, nori.
Seaweed. Yeah. What is it called? Seaweed. Hold on, I gotta look it up. I have it right here. I feed it in my saltwater tank because I know there's stuff in there that eats it. Seaweed Extreme.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. All right, maybe I'll try. It's a little bit of a sinking pellet.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Although
like
I
this.
found my saltwater fish won't eat it unless it's pre-soaked.
Really?
But I have nanofish with really, really small mouths.
Yeah, my clowns seem to like nip at it. I don't know if they eat it or not. But I feed like 2 pellets. I want to do like that. I don't know. This is what I feed my saltwater tank. I use these micro pellets.
Yep.
And then I do the seaweed extreme. And then I'll do like live baby brine. Occasionally I do like grindle worms or something. I'll shake in there. Yeah, it goes.
I bet they love those worms.
Yeah, they seem to like it. I don't know a fish that doesn't like a worm. Yeah, these dudes are cool, man. Yeah, I gotta start getting on that whole setup in the garage.
Mickum, what's going on? He says, Atkins, being into Apistos and Achilles, I'm the opposite. As long as I know the species name, I don't think the genus really can't crossbreed as well as if different genus don't want to hybridize. Yes, when it comes to apistogrammas and rare cichlids, killifish, live bears, you do want to know the species because you don't want them to hybridize.
Yeah, right.
But when it comes to corals, it's very difficult to ID different species. There are some where it's pretty obvious, but
Yeah, and I think a lot of corals like
they get changed so often.
yeah, isn't it kind of like a plant? Like sometimes like depending on what waters they're growing in, they're gonna grow differently. You know, with
Yeah,
higher light, lower light, they're gonna look different.
they're gonna look different in everyone's tanks and water conditions. Water quality is a big thing. Keeping a coral alive is one thing, but being able to get those fluorescent colors to come out is a whole nother type of challenge with some of those like acroporas and torches and hammers. Those people that have the big colorful tanks and all this high-tech stuff, they're really dialed in to keep it so their colors pop. I try to keep it simple,
I hear you.
colors that don't need all that work to have cool color.
I don't even like. You know what? I just want to see some corals that look cool, and
right?
as long as they don't die, I'm gonna be like, what are those? Yeah, they're corals.
They're corals, right? It's a reef. That's what matters. It's
Oh, I'm
a
not even doing a reef. I'm kind of doing I don't know, fish only with live rock, but some cool corals, easy ones. I'm not gonna go
well.
nuts.
Eventually, those cool, easy corals, if they do well, they'll take over. Especially that green star polyp. If
That'd
it
be kind of
take
cool.
if it takes hold, it'll encrust over that whole rock and just be a giant green carpet.
Well, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. That
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
and it'll
bad
just
thing.
be a green star polyp reef.
Yeah.
But if you get other corals mixed in there, they'll grow with each other and they'll figure out how to find habitat for each other. And sometimes there'll be coral warfare, and sometimes they'll just learn to live with each other.
What is coral warfare? Like one takes over the other one, like outgrows it.
It's
Kinda like,
when if one coral has a more powerful sting than the other, and it
mm,
gets too close, it'll just take over and kill it and take
I
its
see.
space as it's growing.
Yeah. Kind of like
Uh,
a plant, like a whatever plant would do the same
yeah,
thing.
some corals don't have much of a sting, and some
I was
corals
gonna
have
say, so
a.
wait, corals have stings, so I probably shouldn't be touching these things, huh?
Oh, it doesn't matter if you touch them. Some corals will actually, depending on your allergic thing, I've seen people get like
Yeah,
small rashes with getting
gotcha.
stung by like Goniopora and torches, and anemones will sting you for sure.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen them actually stick to people.
Jeez. Yeah, we don't need that.
But yeah, some corals will go full on chemical mode, and if they get stressed out or pissed off, they'll just release toxins into the water and kill everything.
Oof. Don't need that either. Yeah, that guy in the
Yeah.
front there is starting to really color up. Okay.
That's why it's good to always run carbon and keep it changed out all the time.
Oh,
So
in a saltwater tank?
if you're running corals, a bunch of different corals,
Oh, okay. That's good. I good to know. I have I threw some Purigen in my tank in the
Purigen does the same thing too.
okay. And I believe that lasts like what 2 months, and then you got to recharge it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably getting pretty due. I think the next time I hit a store, I got to get another bag so I can swap and then reach because you can recharge Purigen.
Yep.
It
With
just takes
bleach.
takes
I
like a
know it
little.
sounds crazy, but
I know. I was reading it. You bleach it and then you let it dry. I forget how to do it, but it takes like a couple days.
Yep.
So I like to get like one so I could do that, and while the Purigen's sitting in the back, so like I could just swap them out, put one in, take one out, then recharge the one I took out, and then it's ready to go for the next time. That's on the list, Purigen. I should put that on the list because I actually think I need to hit the fish store today because I want to get a. I might do that super glue thing, but honestly, I might get some more of that little like pink cement stuff because that's just like a putty and you just jam it down. But I
The
still have to clean the rock off, so maybe I'll just do the stupid.
the super glue I like. It's fast. It doesn't need a whole lot of time to cure. It'll
Yeah.
cure really
Oh yeah,
fast.
no, yeah, I know. But the issue is getting in there with a toothbrush and scrubbing off. Yeah, but I guess I got to do that with the putty too. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I do need Purigen.
Or if you're ever going in there for a water change, you can just like really scrub at that area with
I
your.
actually need to do a water change, so maybe I should do that. I got to figure out
How,
what I scrub it with.
how often do you usually do a
I
water
try to
change?
do them weekly, but sometimes I get lazy and it goes like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Do you
I think
check
3 weeks is
your
longest.
Do you
Good.
check your water parameters?
The only thing I really check is salinity. I don't know. I figure if I'm doing water changes on a weekly basis, how far out of whack can they get?
That is true, but
And I do
it
like
is hard to tell.
I do a 40% water change like usually at a shot. So I don't know. Let's see. So far it's been
40%.
working. Yeah, usually around like a little less than half. Let's put it that way.
It's not bad.
Is that too much? I don't know. People,
Eh,
I know nothing here.
I do about. I've heard you don't want to do more than like 40, 50% a week because
Gotcha.
that can upset the stability of things, but I think for your setup, it's fine for what you're doing with just the easy, soft corals. They don't care. They will live in the filthiest of filth.
Well, I figured doing that 40% volume of water change too, because the salt, all the minerals in the salt's like everything they need, right? They could live just. I don't need to add anything. So if I'm changing, constantly adding back, what I think that would keep the parameters more in check.
Yep.
You know
And
what I
it
mean?
also depends on what type of salt you're
Did I
using.
really just do what I just think I did? God, I did.
Some salts don't have all the minerals, but most of
Oh,
them do.
well, I'm running actually reef salt.
Yeah, reef salts, any reef salts that are marketed for uh, corals will
Yeah,
have
I'm,
that.
I'm running. Actually, I switched to the Instant Ocean reef salt because it was cheaper than the freaking just the regular old marine salt.
Yeah, the reef crystals
Yeah, that's what it
is
is.
what it's
Reef
called.
crystals. Yep, reef
Yeah,
crystals. Yep. It's the
that's the
orange
good
bucket.
stuff. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it was like I don't know. I think it was like maybe it was that whole inflation thing that was happening. But a bucket of the purple, whatever, just whatever the. Hang on, I'm looking. I got it right here. Instant Ocean, right? The purple bucket. That went to like $55 for the 5 gallon bucket, and then the reef crystals were like 33. So I was like, all right. And as that was a while ago. I was like, what's the difference in? I guess one just has more calcium in it, right?
Yeah, I
Stuff like
think
that, and
so.
other, and maybe probably micro or whatever stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been running. And right now that tank's at 0.25, so I think that's probably perfect, right?
The what?
The salinity is 1.025.
1.025. Yep.
Yeah,
If
that's like
it's 1.026, that's okay too. 2.4,
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. I try to get like actually I think I mix my salt at 2.3, and just by the time I'm ready for a water change, it's kind of evaporated a little. I very rarely top off. I top off if I don't do the water changes. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Because I'm
so
changing water
that
weekly, so what's the point of topping off? I'm just filling back up.
well, it's topping off every day is for stability, salinity stability.
I
Corals
gotcha.
really do like stable water, especially when it comes to salinity. So if you're topping off like every once in a while, a good gap, that's more of a change than say if you top off a little bit every day or
Yeah, I
every
gotcha.
other day. I know it sucks to top off every day. Did it. I tried to do it for like 2 months, and I caved in and I bought an auto top off. And man, let me tell you, an auto top off for a reef tank, I think is the best thing you can do because you just have to only worry about your 5 gallon, 2 gallon thing. I mean, I fill it
Yeah,
up every 2 weeks.
yeah, which is what RO at.
And so it'll keep constant water level in the tank. And I don't even use RO; I just use tap. But then again, I
I
have
see.
like nothing in my tap
Yeah,
water.
you probably got like whatever glacial
30,
spring water.
30 TDS out the tap.
Oh wow, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, my TDS at the tap is like right around 400. I've seen it at 450ish. It's usually around 380, 380 to 350 to 450. Let's put it that way. God knows what
Craig
all.
Doniger, what's going on?
Yeah, I can brew
And
about like
Dr.
4
Black. We
pots of
got
pop. Oh, sorry.
Mark. All the Aussie peeps are in here. They're getting ready for bed, I think.
What's going on, people? Yeah, I could probably do a lot of probably just use tap water too, because there's a lot of minerals in tap water, right? In my tap water, and doesn't. I mean, if my water might be just salt water without the salt.
Right. And it does depend what is in. So, like, if you have like nitrates or phosphates in your tap water, you
I
don't want
don't.
to be putting that in.
I did test the phosphates. There are zero phosphates in the water in my tap water. I did that recently, actually. Um, I don't know about the nitrates. I don't remember if I tested that anytime.
Because a lot of people do have nitrates, and that's why they really don't like using tap water in reef tanks.
I got you. Because you're starting out with a higher
Yep. Algae.
algae. Well, I definitely have an algae problem going on my tank. Well, and I think actually the green algae is kind of getting
Do you
under
have a
check.
blenny?
I do not have a blenny.
Do you have
Well,
a tang?
I do not have a tang.
You need to get a blenny or a tang.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. But isn't a
Yep.
tang gonna eat some of the corals too, or no?
No, a tang is reef safe. All they do is eat algae. We call
Okay.
them the water cows.
What about the red algae? It's all over the
Red
place.
algae, that's cyano.
Okay, so that's a bacteria.
So that's something you can treat. Chemi-Clean works great in a reef tank. It's reef safe for your corals, fish, and
Is that an
roots.
additive, like a liquid?
No, it's a powder. I use
Okay.
it in fresh water for cyano, and it's just
Purichem?
called Chemi-Clean.
Chemi-Clean. Okay. I think I
Yeah.
actually got some Chemi Pure. That's kind of like supposedly like the Purigen stuff,
Yeah.
but it's like a bag. But I don't think you can recharge that stuff.
I don't know about the Chemi Pure. I've never.
Yeah, I've actually had Chemi Pure first, and I think I really liked it because it did clear. Whatever. It came in like a bag. I put it in the back of the tank, and it you could almost tell, like, I don't know how to tell it. Like sometimes water gets like, you can tell it's clear. You know what I mean? It's just like that like shine to it. I
Yeah.
don't know how to describe it. You look at it and look at the water, and like,
It
that looks some clean water.
polishes it up.
Yeah, polish it, exactly. I don't know what it is, but it looked
Yeah.
good.
The Chemi-Clean is not that. It's just like a medicine, an
Yeah, it's something you
antibacterial.
add. Yeah, okay. But it's made by the same
And
people, I believe. Maybe.
no, it's you. I should go find it and show it to you.
Okay. But yeah. So it's basically a medicine. Oh, he left. Yeah, it's actually kind of coming out of it. It was getting real bad. I mean, we could look at it, I guess. Just talking about it. I gotta move these rocks.
Just for a second. This is what it is. Chemi-Clean
Okay,
barium
okay. That is not what
treatment,
I was thinking of.
and it's a treatment for strains from red cyano, and it works
Yeah.
for green cyano too. Works for
Wow.
freshwater, saltwater. Just follow the directions. Obviously, in freshwater, we're not going to have protein skimmers, so skip that step about turning off the protein skimmer.
Well, you know what? I don't have a protein skimmer on this tank, so.
Yep, but it's just a little powder and a thing, and you get a little scooper, and it's like for every
Scooper.
10 gallons, dissolve 1 level scoop of
Maybe I should
water.
turn the light on this tank.
And so I'll take like a little cup. Where's my mixing cup? I'll just
Turn
take
the light on.
a cup
Bam.
of
There we
tank
go.
water,
Better.
scoop it out, and say this is 40 gallons. I'll put 4 scoops of this. I'll stir it up, get it all milky and dissolved, and then I'll put that in a high flow area.
All
and
right.
then I also will recommend putting an air stone in the tank.
Really?
Because it's going to deoxygenate the water.
Oh, I
It
see. Okay.
like foams up at the top.
Yeah.
Like most medicines, you want to add an air stone.
Yeah. I got a pretty good oxygen flow going on. I don't know if you can see all the bubbles moving around in this tank
Yeah.
right now.
And you're using a title. I like it.
Yeah, the title's cool. I really like that. I think it's a really good filter. I'm glad I got it. I got nothing against it right now. It's been running for a year now.
Yep. That's what I got.
And I've got that, it's like one of those Marineland, whatever, wave maker pump things that they make.
Yep.
I'm on the fence about that. I'm not really happy. Sometimes if you cut the power, like when I do the water changes, I unplug it. And sometimes the impeller spins backwards, so it starts sucking water in instead of blowing it out. And it like runs backwards. I almost have to get in there with like a pokey and kind of hit the propeller or the impeller, and then it starts spinning the right way.
Wow.
It's weird. My other, I have 2 of those, and the other one does the same thing too, so I got to keep checking on them. So I might have to
I
replace
have
them.
I have not had that issue with mine, but mine's AI Nero.
That's is that the same company, Marineland?
No, it's not a marine land.
Gotcha.
AI is Aqua Illuminations, I think.
Gotcha. So that's like same idea though, right? Is that the one you were
Yeah, it's
talking about
pretty
the
much
other
the
day?
same thing.
That
It
you
it
said you
magnets to the
okay.
side, and it's Bluetooth,
Nice.
so
What's it
I
called?
can control it.
AI?
Yeah.
I think you were talking about that the other day, how you had that on your tank and you were really happy with it.
I
Yeah.
never have issues with it. It's so easy to clean. There's only like 3 or 4 parts,
Nice. How much did it cost?
like $130.
Okay. All right. Well, this was $5. There's the difference, I guess. You're getting what you pay for.
Yeah. It's the most expensive thing I've put into that tank.
Oh
But I
wow.
will say that little pump goes to 2,000 gallons per hour, which is a lot.
That is a lot. That is a
And I
lot.
only run it at 20% right now. So when I upgrade,
Just realized
I
these.
won't have to buy one for a bigger tank
Oh yeah. You're set.
because I know I want a bigger tank.
I should weight
Oh, I'm
these.
working on it.
That would not be a bad idea. I don't know what's going on here.
Are those your temperature probes?
Mm-hmm. For some reason, they were like pretty much hanging out of the tank. They were like up at the top. I have a feeling a cat might have been involved in that.
Monty.
Montague. Here, wait, I can do this.
Chemi Pure is carbon and purigen mixed together in a bag, so can't recharge it.
So you can't recharge it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
because
what
you
I
can't
thought.
recharge carbon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Can you? No.
I don't think you can. I think it's too porous.
Yeah. Let's see if this works. It's a plant weight.
Plant weight.
Plant weight.
Yeah, suction cups in saltwater don't work out long term.
Nothing works
I've
that
figured
well
that
with
out.
suction cups. My
Yeah,
experience, suction cups never work.
they never work. Everything just needs to switch to fucking magnets already.
Yeah, really.
Like, come on, companies. We want magnet everything. Magnet heater holders that come already with the
Lasted
heaters.
like 3 seconds. And I just stirred up a bunch of junk. Yay me. All right, let's do this. Yes, I'm cool with the magnet idea. Look at this mess, dude. Yeah, I'm still fighting this algae, buddy. It's getting
Yep.
there.
We just need to get you some cleanup crew. Like I said, a blenny,
A
either
blenny, I think, is a cool idea. I like that idea.
a lawnmower blenny will demolish it, and he'll be fat and sassy in that tank.
I know the hermit crabs are supposed to be eating algae too, and some of that red
Dude,
sand. I
I
believe
don't
they
think
eat the
hermit
bacteria.
crabs do shit, man. I
Okay.
was told hermit crabs are supposed to clean up the algae, but they don't.
They don't do anything.
They just eat the food.
Lazy bastards. Yeah. And then
They're cool to
occasionally they
watch,
kill each
though.
other. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm down to one.
Yeah, I believe that's because they're territorial. I started reading up a little bit more on them, and what they'll do is they'll find one, and they want its shell, so they'll pull it out of its shell and take a shell.
Well, I tried to give them multiple shells. I put
I know.
like,
I have shells all over the tank. They don't care. They want the ones that they're like, oh, yours. I want yours. I found at least 3 pulled out of their shells.
yeah,
They were on sale one day. I got like 6 of them. But I still see like 3 or 4 running around here, so hopefully they can live together. I don't know. Whatever. I don't think I'm gonna get any more, but they're cool. I just don't see him. I see him eating whatever. I have a turbo snail in here too that he like always hides, and then the moment food's in the tank, he like roams around and eats it all, and then he goes back away.
I really do like your clowns.
Yeah, they're cool, man. They're getting big.
Yeah, they're gonna be laying eggs soon. That big female.
I don't know if I want that.
They'll dig a spot straight to the glass.
They already had. I don't know if you can see it, but they're kind of. Well, I have like an egg crate on the bottom there, but that's what they've done under that little cave they got going there. There's a big. You can see the egg crate. They keep moving the sand out.
They like that rock. They might lay under that rock one day.
Yeah. I tried putting like a little like fake anemone because I haven't really had much luck with real ones.
Yeah.
But that looked like hell, so I took it out. Plus, they were all weird about it. They were like, "What is this thing? We're not anywhere near it."
I know. Are they tank bred?
I don't know. I got them at Petco.
Probably.
They were. I think this one was more expensive because I believe this one. I don't even know if they're the same species. That one's like the maroon. Man, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was a maroon clown or something like that. They seem like they seem similar. So, Ocellaris, whatever species.
Oh, Mocha.
Mocha
Ocellaris, maybe.
No, I think this one was like a maroon. I think is what it was sold as. I don't know. It was a Petco name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Petco names.
So whatever. I have to check it out. But they seem happy. And that little what is that guy? The orchid dotty back. He's cool too. But a blenny would be cool in here. How big tangs get?
How big is your tank?
40 breeder.
40 gallons. You can. Most people would say no.
Yeah.
But for utilitarian purposes, and if you know somebody with a bigger reef tank that can take them when he grows out.
I know what this leads to. This leads to just bigger reef tanks.
Or get a bigger reef tank. I would get like a small flame tang, a Tamini tang. Like a small one. And you can usually find them for like $50.
Okay.
And they're really good algae eaters. And
that's cool. I'll get the blenny though. I think you'd be cool in that tank.
Blennies are really good. My blenny loves algae, man.
Any blenny or just lawnmower blennies?
Most blennies, not the. You kind of got to look at their mouth.
Okay.
So if their mouth is more like pointed downwards, and if you see them swimming around and they kind of go up to the glass and they'll just do that with it and eat it, those are the algae eating ones. But the ones that kind of swim around
and they have like the more straightforward mouth, they're the ones that are kind of like eating like other stuff.
Yeah, they're like the canary blennies. Those I think are more protein eaters.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Good to know.
But the tail spot blenny, he eats algae. And the lawnmowers, starry nights.
Starry night blenny?
Yeah. Those are cool.
What about a quarantine? What do you do you just plop and drop?
Quarantine?
Or whatever, drip acclimate. I don't think you should plop and drop any salt water, right? I don't think that's a good idea.
Corals,
I think you do that, yeah.
Corals, I know people will say drip acclimate, but corals are their pump, or are a pump, pretty much.
Right.
So they'll pump water in them and throughout them, and whatever water they have inside at their store, it'll diffuse through the water inside the tank. So I don't worry about corals, but fish.
Yeah, I talked to that guy. He said plop and drop corals, man. That was the guy I got mine from. Yeah. All right, but fish, yeah. So, but do you quarantine?
No, I don't have space or time to quarantine.
Yeah, see, that's my issue, man. It kind of scares me, and I'm really loath to. Especially well, maybe I should go to a better store than Petco to get some saltwater fish. How about that? That might be a first start.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, most of my stuff has either came from Petco or a couple other fish stores. But
yeah, like the local guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Around here, there's a couple good shops. I mean, they're probably like 45 minutes away, but it's like, see, I just fed the tank, and there's that turbo snail. Pops out of nowhere. See him underneath the rock there? Right next to the
there he is.
Lenny. Yeah, he's right there. Those dudes move fast, man, for snails. I can see why they're called turbo snails. I see him cruising around going, whoa, that dude is moving.
I haven't had too many problems with Petco fish.
Yeah, every time I go to Petco, every once in a while, man, I see their tanks, under observation, and like they all got like ick or whatever the saltwater version of ick is.
And it's very location dependent.
Yeah.
But usually the better LFSs and saltwater stores, you can also order from a couple people online that already quarantine and do all
Yeah,
that. But
that's fair. That's fair.
that's high dollar fish, high dollar shipping.
True. I just
Most
don't
of
want
them don't do guarantees. Some of them do. You
to. Yeah,
gotta.
saltwater is kind of, yeah, I know Petco does not guarantee any saltwater, so
No.
you're on
But
your own.
some companies like Worldwide Corals, they offer a short guarantee.
Yeah.
Um, they sell fish too,
Cool.
but it's expensive as hell. I wouldn't.
Right. Well, there's that, if peace of mind kind of thing. That's like the Dan's Fish, right? Like the
Yep.
reason you go to Dan's Fish is because it gives you that
There
peace of
is a
mind.
reason we go to
That.
Dan's Fish.
Right. It's that whole they've been medicated, taken care of, well fed. You're getting a quality, not sick fish.
Yep.
Yep, and I understand that.
But it does help to have a quarantine system. When I move my small tank to this new bigger system I'm doing, I'm gonna make my 10-gallon quarantine for new fish for the big tank.
That's cool.
Because I don't want to risk. Because I want to get some different stuff like a long nose hawkfish and an angel.
Yeah. Oh, I was getting my headset battery started beeping at me, so I'm trying to get my charger thingy. And it was still packed away in my luggage from yesterday. Haven't unpacked yet.
What time did you get back?
Like 12:30. It's only like an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 drive for me to the Keystone Clash. I probably didn't need to stay there, but I figured I didn't feel like driving back and forth every day.
Did Fishymon bring plecos?
No, he did not.
That bastard.
I know.
Tell him I was hoping to see plecos.
Yeah, he didn't bring anything. Well, no, that's not true. He brought guppies for the kids escape a kids tank thing that they were doing. Brought a bucket of his ginkgo sulfura mixed with they were like mixed with antlers.
How did you do on the escaping competition?
Well, I could show you the tank. Well, maybe I can't. I'd have to go mobile to do that. Because it's upstairs in the living room or the dining room.
They let you take the tank home?
No. Because, but all right, there's a story. Let's talk about the story now. The escape tank contest. I mean, I was happy with my escape. I liked it.
I liked it too.
And that's all that mattered at the end of the day. Is I had a good time, and whatever. But during the contest, I believe it was third place was somebody I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even know if they're a Fish Fam or anybody on YouTube. I could look up the name. I probably should remember. It was a nice tank. Second place was Kenny from ABC Biotope Creations. He got second place, which was really cool. And the only reason he got second place is because one of the judges like scored like one of the categories like super low, like weirdly low. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like he got lower scores in that category than anybody else did that I think he even checked out. And his tank looked great. Anyway, long story short, Grant from Garden of Eden won. The thing, but his tank was phenomenal. I mean, everybody knew that was the winner. Like as soon as you walk around, that guy's winning. It's like everybody's fighting for second or third. And then Shelby won the People's Choice, his wife, which I thought was the tank that should have won the entire thing because I thought that was a phenomenal escape. Anyway, so they raffled off the tanks at the end of all this, and I bought a bunch of tickets. Kirk Fishymon had bought a bunch of tickets, and a bunch of other people bought a bunch of tickets. Put it in there. and Kirk won the raffle for my tank. And then, of course, he goes up there to collect it, and he goes, "Oh, this bastard. To all you who didn't win, fuck you." Oh, the hush went over the crowd. It's like, oh, dude, you really say that? But it was funny. One of the judges was a total dick. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I got the notes on my tank. But anyway, long story short, so he gave me the tank. So that's why I have it, because he won it, which is really cool. They're cool tanks. They were like 17-gallon, rimless.
Yeah.
Low iron glass,
They weren't
bevel
cheap.
edges. Yeah. Then you got the filter and the light and a little like heater thermometer thingy.
What kind of light came with it?
It was like the Higer ones, the plant lights. Not a bad light. Cheap light, whatever.
I like the Higer lights. They actually do really good for the easy plants.
Yeah, exactly. They're not too, but they're not shabby. They're great little cheap plant lights. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then what else? The filter. The filter's got like a built-in heater too, which is kind of cool. So you just, nothing's in the tank.
What kind of filter was it?
It was one of those Owaze or whatever you say that.
Oh, the canisters.
No, it was a hang-on back.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on back, and it had a hang on back, and it has a little bit. I guess they're new. I don't know. It had a
I didn't know they had a
built
hang
in.
on back.
Yep, apparently they do. Although, in all honesty, there were some issues with those right off the bat. So a lot of impellers weren't working right away. Like my impeller stopped working. We had to get it out, take it apart, kick it around. There was at least 2 of us that their impellers weren't working like when we first started. Like they worked off the bat and then they just stopped working. So might need to look at that as a, But otherwise, there's for free, I'm going to take it, but I don't know if I'll buy one. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a nice setup though. I don't know how much those tanks were. They're WIO tanks. I think WIO is what the company name was. WIO. I've never heard of them, but I looked at their website, and it seemed like they're a lot of European because everything's in metric. They don't measure their tanks by gallons or inches. Yeah, but they're low iron or whatever. Minimal iron is what they call them. I don't know if that's considered low iron. What the difference is in that. That sounds like a marketing thing to get away without calling. Fishymon was trying to make up from snoring this weekend. Dude. You know what? How many people are here?
19.
19 people. I'm going to share something with you.
All right.
You get I don't know if you're going to need to know this. Oh, hang on. Where is this? Give me a sec. Got like 0 sleep this weekend.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's not because I wasn't trying. Because of the guy I was sleeping and sharing the room with. Hang on. We'll show you. You're not going to be able to see anything. Or not much of anything. I have it down there. There we go. But listen. Let's make sure the audio's on. Okay, cool. Whoops. This is why I didn't get any sleep.
Damn.
It was rough, man.
3:16 in the morning.
There you go.
I feel that.
Like a freight train running through the building in the night. Yeah, do as I do. New roommates. No roommates, Alshon. I think I've learned a lesson every one of these fish shows I've gone to.
No roommates.
No roommates.
I mean,
Yeah, I think that might be the next one.
right? I'm glad I live so close to Fishtoberfest. I don't have to
Mm.
get any hotel room or anything. I can just get a ride.
Yeah, I probably should have just never went to bed. This probably would have been a better option.
Just stay at the bar all night. In the parking lot with Patty.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of that going on. Like, there's my turbo snail. Just cruising around.
Oh, I think that's actually called not a turbo snail. Turbo snails are a little different.
Okay.
But those are the zombie snail.
Zombie snail.
Yeah, they stay in the sand all day.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
exactly what it is.
when you go to put food in the tank, or when a fish dies, they come out and eat it.
Gotcha. Okay. Zombie snail. That's all right. I think I was sold it as a turbo snail, so I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, the names are all fucked up, man.
That's Petco
I
for
got
you.
I got sold a turbo snail, and it's like a fucking. It's either a trocus or an asterina. I don't know. I still can't identify it.
Gotcha.
Snails are weird.
Yeah. Cool though. I like them. What else did I get? That's about it. Well, I got plants. Alshon gave me a bunch of plants. They were in the other tank. Crips.
Plants?
A bunch of cool crips. And that's about it, man. Well, and I got fish food. Oh, wait, I got some cool... Oh, geez, hold on.
Did you get any art from Bex?
I got Bex art.
Yes.
Yes, I'll show you that, too. I got art. I definitely got art. Hold on.
Yeah, so there was Sam Scales there, too, right?
Yep, I got some of his. I tried to resist, but I couldn't.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff.
All right, here's the Bex art. I've already framed it, too. Just got to find out where my
look at that. The Coriodoris.
Yep. Dolphois, I believe.
Cory Gang.
Cory Gang. Yeah, and this her she submitted this for the contest, the art show, the whatever the fish show had an art category.
Oh, really?
She won second place. I believe it was.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Good morning, Glitch.
I think my other art's upstairs. Hang on, I might have to run up there to grab it, but I'll show you this stuff. I got these at the. I don't even know where. I think it was at the Tropica booth. I think. They're made by Pleco Ceramics. I thought they were cool. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to use it for, but it's like this maple leaf looking thing, except it's really just a small little cave.
Oh, it's like a little catfish cave or something.
Yeah, it's a little cave. So, and there's
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought they were cool. There's like 3 of them in here, so it's like a 3 set. It was like $18. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Throw it out in some tanks. Look kind of cool. That. Let me see if I can find.
But guess who has the original of the award-winning Bex art?
Maybe Stephen P.
Maybe Jenna.
Oh, shocker. Those are, I believe, those that the art was taken from a picture of Stephen P's. A Dolphois. Those are his Corys that were the inspiration.
That is true.
I think. It's the story I heard. All right, here's the other art.
He has the real life Cory.
Yep. Exactly. I have them too, actually. I think they're cool. I actually have surprisingly a lot of Adolfo art in my fish room here. I believe I have that. The one from Bex, and I got one from, there's another guy that had some that I've got a long time ago. $105 for 20. Oh, wow.
Took the photo of the Adolphois and the hill stream.
Nice.
Fish are hard to take photos of, man.
That's
Whoa.
That's the Sam Scales one I got.
That's a nice one.
But then I realized when I bought this that like I have way too much Cory Cat art. I got this. This is another Sam Scales. That one. There's an Adolphoi. one over there, and then I got the Bex one. So that's like 4 art. That's just nothing but Cory cats. And out of those 4, 2 of them are Rudolph boys.
I think your Corys need a bigger tank.
Yeah, you think? They're kind of crowded. No, they're just all schooling together. They're cool, chilling.
Hey, don't you know you gotta have like 6 or 12 of each species,
Of each species?
not one of each species.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they're the misfits. This is the
Misfits.
island of misfit Corys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Gosh, was a blast. It was a good time.
Good morning, Sky Dancer.
Sky Dancer. What's going on?
Myth.
I got this frag holder, but I don't know if I'm going to use it.
Oh my god. What is that?
It's the Baby Yoda frag holder, I think, is what it's supposed to be. You put the little
A
plug in there.
frag holder. That is so cute.
I would use that to like feed my snails and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Put some like shrimp food in there or something.
Oh
Snail
yeah,
food?
yeah. I feel like that'd be cool watching them all slowly crawl up
That
his
would be
robe
cool, actually.
into the dish.
Smear
Maybe
a
I'll
bunch
put that
of
in the fry
Ratatouille
tank.
on it.
Yeah. My grow out tank where the fry are. So because there's a lot of shrimp in there too. Oh, here. What is this? I got stickers. Mystery Snail Guardian stickers. Got a lot of them. That's what was in this bag.
Larry D, good morning.
Set them over here for now. I gotta get on the putting the magnets on these stickers. I'm slacking. Got a stack of them. Larry D was there. What's going on, Larry? How you doing, man? He was at the Clash. Good times. A lot of cool people there. Boom, boom, boom. Zombie snail. That's what it was?
Yeah, that's their common name. I think their more fancy name is like Nesarius. I don't know how to spell it,
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay.
but I've always called them
remember
the
seeing it.
zombie snails.
Neresis? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neresis
actually, that might have been
Nesarius.
what I did buy it as, and I just didn't know that's what that was.
Turbo snails are they kind of look more like our mystery snails with the spiral shell.
Okay. Did
But
I
they get
see
fucking
my earlier
huge.
comment regarding the rads? No, I did not. Oh, Sean, sorry I missed that. Scroll back.
Oh yeah, you still have those Radnocentris?
No, they were a gift actually. They were a gift for color guppies.
Mm.
So he has them, and he said he got some fry out of them already.
Oh
And they
hell yeah!
I mean, those things are pretty little, but they were getting, The thing is about rainbows is when you can start telling males from females, they're probably breeding or
Yeah.
ready to breed. That's been my experience so far.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. That was an orchid dotty back is what that was sold. Whatever. That's what I got at Petco.
Yep, Orchid Dottie back. She wants one.
Oh, they're cool. I like them. Did you see me? Was that the earlier comment about the rads?
Let me look.
I still haven't seen it.
Looking.
I saw Alshon saying do as I do. No roommates. Past that. Let's go. Alshon might have to ask this again, man. I'm not seeing it. So it was like way back. I'm going way back. I'm not seeing it.
3G has 750 TDS out the tap. That's
Wow.
all back. That's crazy. I didn't even think that's drinkable.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to take that you almost have to do a little more research when stuff gets like that high, because sometimes that just might be something throwing the TDS meter off. Like
Like
it uses current. Yeah, it might be something in there that's kind of throwing it like real high.
Yeah, I know
skewing it.
whenever you dose like aquarium salt, throws the TDS way off.
Alishon, I cannot find your earlier comment. Maybe it got squashed by Automod or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find it either.
No.
Let's just start from the top. Start from the top.
I went from the top of the live chat all the way down and I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, gonna have to ask it again.
If her eyes didn't see it, then it's gone.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. YouTube, the YouTube gods have deleted it.
My experience, if my wife doesn't see it, it never existed. So therefore, it's all my fault. Yeah.
I'm known for finding everything, so.
I did see the comment. He said that there were rads. Somebody was and for the auction at the end, there was some rads. I think there was five or six.
Ooh.
1-inch rads. I heard they went for $115.
How many in the bag?
I think it was 6.
That's honestly a good deal for radness interest.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, they're not the most common things. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it. I probably would have bid on it, actually.
I would have put my hand up at first.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely would have bid on it. There were a couple things I probably would have bid on. I would have bid on the rads. Definitely. There was some Endlers that were had like the pedigree from original collection from Dr. Endler himself. In 1917, he brought them to the New York Aquarium, and they've been there ever since. And one of the dudes that got these is like somehow knows those people, so he got them from, or he works there, one of the two. So that was cool. I would have bid on them just for having like a quote unquote pure strain of Endlers.
No, I just wanted to come say hi.
I probably would have mixed them with my not pure strain of Endlers.
Oh man, the YouTube comments would have flamed you.
I know the fish police would have come and like hunted me down. But maybe I'm purifying my not pure strain of Endlers.
Maybe. I feel like the smart decision would be to grow out your pure strain of Endler and then take some fry, put them in your not pure Endlers.
That's actually probably a great idea. That's why I didn't stay for the auction, because I wasn't quite ready to be bidding on these, because I knew I would have bid on them and then did the wrong thing. The other thing was there was a 33-gallon long tank that was there that was they were putting up for auction.
I always go
And
for
stand.
the tank.
And stand.
And a stand.
That's what I heard.
How much did it go for?
I don't know. I didn't stay for the auction.
Oh.
What did Dr. Black said? I don't know why all the cool, more 80s kids not into radness. Yeah. Everything was rad in the 80s. It was before your time, son.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing a little bit of stuff to the auction. But I guess whatever I don't sell at my table.
Do you have you got a table for the Fishtoberfest?
Yeah, I bought a table.
Sweet. How much were they? Tables.
$100.
That's not too bad.
And I get to keep all the profit. I pretty much did it for the club, because I'd love to help out the club.
Yeah. Well, you can help out yourself if you got the good
Shit,
stuff.
I can just chill, feet up on my table. Anyone else wants to come over and just hang out and get away from the crowd and being on their feet all day? I'll try and bring some extra chairs.
Yeah, exactly. At least those little whatever camping chairs.
Yeah.
Ted does not have many left. He's been bringing them to club events. Yeah, he breeds them outside. Okay, I see it now. And he's also the guy who brought the Endlers. What are you doing, Cat? That was just sitting here. Cat comes up here, jumps on the thing, looks at me, looks at the bottle of fish shoot, and just pushes it off the edge, and then looks at me.
Dude, that is a total cat thing.
That was a total cat thing. Like,
that is total textbook. I'm a cat. And
exactly.
You're living with a cat. I'm not living with you.
Exactly. I was thinking he just looked at me and just like looked at the thing and then pushed it off and then looked at me and went and laid in his bed. Okay. Guess he didn't like it. Yeah.
Silver Creek Aquatics.
What's up,
Good
Silver Creek?
morning.
We shouldn't age shame. Yeah, I wasn't age shaming. Just making facts. This means he's gonna be here longer than us. Yeah, he's being petty intentionally. Yep. This is Monty the Monster. Nicknamed him Monty the Destroyer at one point. He was just wrecking everything he came across.
Oh, I thought you named him Monty after the coral.
Oh no.
The
I don't
Monty
know. I
coral.
mean, no, his name was I don't know. I start calling him Montague, and then
Montague.
Montague, Lord Montague. That's his real name, Lord Montague. No, I just called him Monty, and then I started making up names to go with it. Now it's been like Montezuma is another one I go with. Carry a little Montezuma. He's getting his revenge.
Yep. My real cat's name is Captain Fuzzy Boots, but I just call her Boots.
It's like our
Oh,
other cat,
Mama.
Lily. They always kind of, it's like that name. What is that poem or whatever? Naming a cat, you got to come up with like there's at least 3 different names. There's like their name, the one used like Lily. Then they have like the name that only you know, and that would be like mine would be Lily of the Longshanks. That's what I call her. You know, we're Lily of the Longshanks. And,
Yeah, when they are in trouble.
Or you just
Do
rub
you
them
let
up.
your cats outside?
No, they're indoor cats. Lily has she's immunocompromised. You can't she almost died because she had the rabies vaccine once.
Oh.
Yeah, that was it was actually pretty scary. For a week, she didn't do anything except hide, and we had to keep making sure she was that was a process. She got the rabies shot, and then immediately I live across the street from the vet, so I walk there, and brought her in the house, and she immediately started shooting out of both ends.
Oh.
And then it was then she did this thing where she was hiding. I took her back to the vet, and she had 103.5 fever. Was going crazy. They gave her all sorts of meds to bring it down, and she just hovered by the water bottle or the water dish.
Yeah.
For days. She wouldn't eat, wouldn't do nothing. I was like, this cat is gonna die.
Damn.
Then the 5th or 6th day, it was 4 a.m, she came. All of a sudden I heard the cat crying. Came running up and jumped on the bed. I'm like, okay, you're gonna live, Lily. You're gonna live. She used a few of her little 9 lives that day. But she was like a kitten. She was 2-3 months old. Or no, she was a year old when this happened. Maybe a year. Might have been a year. Might have been 6 months. Yeah, that was scary. Poor little kitty. But that's what the vet said. She's like, she must have an whatever problem. So she cannot be an outdoor cat because she could get sick.
Yeah, immune compromised.
Yeah. She can't have any more vaccines. They already put that in her notes. Don't vaccinate this cat. And that was the thing with Monty, because Monty was a street cat. I had to keep him quarantined for 2 months to make sure that, when he got all his vaccines and stuff, he was cool.
Yeah, that's
He
how.
tested, make sure he didn't have any of that leukemia or whatever, HIV, FIV.
That's how Boots was. She was my neighbor's cat, and then they moved and left her just as a kitten in the winter. And so we kind of just didn't really know what to do. My grandpa and grandma didn't want anything to do with it. So they just didn't want her inside the house, but I always had a food dish.
Right.
And then eventually the really cold winter came, and I snuck the little thing inside. And she's been here ever since.
Nice.
Part of the house.
That's cool.
She's had 2 litters. After the second litter, I got her fixed.
Nice.
And kept one of the cats and got him fixed. So now we have 2 cats, one of her sons.
Yeah, one of the kittens.
Yep. He's like 7 or 8 now.
Oh wow, so all right, this has been a while now.
Yeah, we've had him a while.
That's cool. Yeah, Monty was like, but like when you bring a cat in and off the streets, a lot of times like they're like the most lovey cats I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
Dude, she is so chill. They're the most chill. Whenever we bring guests or people, they run up to them because they want to meet them and get pets by them.
Well, that's how I met Monty, right? It was like I walk my dog around the block every morning and afternoon or evening, right? And in the mornings, it's usually like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. It's pitch black, right? Sometimes. And I was walking the dog down the alley. It's all black, whatever, just street lights. I turn around, look, and I saw something like dart across the alley. I'm like, what the heck was that? Kind of look, and I see this little black kitten, what was like a year old, just kind of following me and the dog. And that was the first time. I went around the corner. He kind of followed us for like half a block, and then I lost him in the darkness. And then, like, whatever, the next day or a couple days later, same thing. And then I saw this little black cat following us. I'm like, all right. And I stopped. And the cat kind of like stopped. And I kind of started walking towards the cat with the dog. And the cat just laid on the ground, like on the side, and just laid there. And I walked up to it, didn't even flinch when, like, my dog, because my dog is excited as hell and starts barking and going nuts. He just laid there. And I started petting him. And he just started rolling all over the ground. I'm like, all right, this cat needs some love. So I gave him some love for a little bit. And then I had some leftover cat food in a can that my cat wouldn't eat because she was a prissy little bee. You know what I mean? Little bitch. She didn't want the beef cat food. It was beneath her. It wasn't the fish flavor. So she's like, I don't want this crap. So she wouldn't eat it. I started feeding Monty that like every once in a while. And then I'd see it. This went for like 2-3 months. Every once in a while, I'd see him in the alley, come up to me, I'd pet him, give him a can of cat food. And then one day, I was getting ready to go to work, or I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was already home from work. And I have like security cameras on my house, and like at the back door, my wife was looking at whatever. She saw the security camera. She's like, that black cat sitting out back, like looking at the door. He was actually waiting at the door for me to come out. And I went out there with the dog, and he started doing his like lovey thing. He was really skinny at this point. He was looking kind of like something was wrong with him. Then I noticed he was like had an abscess on his butt. He was in bad shape. He was a skinny little rat. So I was like, all right, he needs medical attention. Clearly nobody's taking care of him. Somebody shaved him.
Wow.
He used to have a collar. When I first met the cat, he had a collar. At some point, he no longer had a collar, and he was looking like he was homeless. So I took him to the vet. They stitched him up, and he's been mine ever since.
That's cool. Gave him a good home.
That's the story of Monty. Then he came in the house and started wrecking everything. I'd finally like climbing all over everything. He was climbing up the pantry, like ripping boxes open to find out what was in them. I'm like, Monty, you got to stop this. Can't have this anymore. Our Aquatic Universe. What's going on, Mike B?
What up, Mike?
He was at the Clash.
Oh man, Mike was there too.
Yup. It's cool. He was out there.
Whip and Brennan
freezing.
were there.
There was a lot of people there. Whip and Brennan. Larry D was there.
Larry D was there? What?
Larry D was there.
Larry D, you didn't stream. You gotta do some more streams, Larry D.
Yeah, Monty chose me. Yeah, then he became a terror. Yeah, he lured me in with his cuteness.
Yep.
Decided to wreck the place.
That's how they get you.
Well, that's how I discovered he really liked fish food.
Oh.
Started chewing through my whatever those little bags like bug bites and stuff. I still have bags that have holes in them, like teeth marked punctured holes. I tried to eat all my bottom tabs at one time.
Oh no.
The Hikari ones, not the Hikari, the extreme bottom wafers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Monster. Yeah, forgot to stream. He was busy spending money. Nice. Yeah, there was a lot of that. There were some deals I really missed out on too. Like there was that one vendor. She had these Bloody Marys I was gonna buy. She had some Scuds I was gonna buy. I might even bought some Daphne off her. And by the time I walked back around, she was packing everything up. I'm like, no. And I didn't have the heart to like, yo, you got these, and then she's got to unpack them all. I'm like, no.
Right. That's the thing with those shows, man. You gotta fucking like get it as you see it, or when.
Well, I think what it was is like the show went till Sunday, but some of the vendors had started packing up Saturday night and getting GTF and O, and I think that was what she was pretty much all set up and ready to go by Sunday morning.
Larry, I was not there. I was there in spirit, though. I was there in spirit.
Yeah. I wish, man. One of these days, I'm gonna make it out the West Coast.
I feel like I got
It's on the short list of things I want to head out to.
Yep. Although I do want to go to the East Coast because that's just something I haven't done yet. Has been all the way on the East Coast. The farthest east I've been is like North Dakota.
Yeah, that's not very east.
That's not east.
No.
But that's as east as I've been from the west.
Well, that might be like what you consider the eastern part of West. If that makes any sense. What is that? I saw a question. Was it my Aquascape tank that cracked or someone else's? No, that was, I believe it was Science Gal Aquatics. There was a chip in the glass somewhere. I don't know how it got there. Probably. Ooh. You know how I think it got there? Because what was it? Garden of Eden was smash. No, what's it? Somebody was smashing rocks for the aquascaping contest, and I know that like some rocks went flying her way, so that might have been where the chip occurred. Yeah. Our Aquatic Universe, Mike B, East Coast Radio. He's pretty much, he lives in Virginia. That's like much more coast than that. I believe Virginia has a coast. And he lives in Virginia Beach, I believe. So there you go. Yeah, and I was the guy who escaped my tank backwards, apparently.
No, you escaped it for the public.
I did escape. I escaped it for the people here, man.
Right? I just thought they all escaped it backwards.
That's what I was thinking. Why are you guys on that side of the tank?
I didn't. It didn't make sense for it to be facing the wall.
At least I'm the only one who didn't think that. I thought that. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Like.
But I don't know why anybody didn't stop me when I started. Like, I'm placing tanks in like sticks in the tank, and like then I like there's not even sand, there's nothing in the tank yet. Somebody could have been like, "Yo, dude, turn around." Oh, okay.
No, they're gonna let you fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Although if I would have known, I probably.
And I'm convinced. No, sorry.
I would have drained all the other contestants' tanks and turned them around.
I'm convinced that the reason I didn't get third place is because I was dock points because I was backwards, and that's my story, and I'm going to stick with it. No, was it Ed? Ed was smashing rocks. Okay.
Ed was smashing rocks too.
I don't know. I don't know who was smashing rocks. I know that all the rack smashing I saw was with Grant. But yeah, I think some other people were smashing rocks too. But anyway, I heard that rock chips went flying that way. That's all I know. So maybe that's where the chip in the tank came from.
Well, smashing rocks next to a fish tank
is never a good idea.
Is not a good idea.
Somehow we didn't think of that at the time. Usually, smashing rocks is probably a good idea to put a towel over it or some sort of like put it in a bag.
Usually, smashing rocks is a really fun outside project.
Yes, very
it's just
true.
a mess when you do it out inside.
This is true, and there was a garage door right there. I probably could have just went out back and smashed rocks. Now we know for next time.
I really hope that Fishtoberfest implements like an aquascape contest.
Smash as many rocks. There you go. Yeah, it worked out, right? I should have smashed some rocks, apparently. Except I was using Ceru stone. That's probably a pretty hard rock to smash.
You got to get like a chisel and 4-pound hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
10
wrong.
pound sledge.
10-pound sledge. I think I have an 8-pound sledge, actually. I use it for work. They used to give us like the little 3-pound ones. Like, no, this ain't gonna work. What am I gonna do with this? Be hammering for 3 days. Yeah.
Be here all week. Hey, I mean, if you're paying me by the hour, shit.
Well, that's
I'll
true.
Be here all week.
That's true. But it just makes the day go longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it was. I thought the Aquascaping thing was a good time. The judges gave me the notes. That they
Were
took
their
on my
notes
tank.
was tank scaped backwards?
No, they didn't. One of the notes was like I should have went with more rocks to make it a more triangular feature, make it stand out more. Which I agree with, but the problem is there were no more Cyrus stone. I grabbed it all. I think I had every piece of it.
Yeah, that does help when you have
He
more.
broke a Walmart hammer trying to smash Cyrus. Yes, there you go. That probably wouldn't have worked.
Wow. Well, that is a Walmart hammer, you know. Just saying. They can't be expected to last forever. Walmart hammers. Although I've got a Walmart hammer and it does just fine.
I would have started hammering that Cyrus stone. It would have been like 45 minutes of me hammering. And then I would have started singing like chain gang music. I'd a hammer in the morning. I'd a hammer in the evening. No.
I don't think I know that one. I don't think I know.
John Henry, he could hammer. He could whistle. He could sing.
$4 hammer. Couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it. Yeah. Well, there you go. $4 hammers. Those are the kind that you swing real hard and the head comes flying off and goes like 30 feet in a direction that you didn't want it to through a window. Whoops.
It's got a head on it like this big.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of that, I got to put my sledgehammer back in my car.
Yeah, you might need that for work.
Yeah, I'm going to need it for work, but I got all my other tools. Let's see, where is it? Does it say how much this is? No, it doesn't. It might have at one point, but this is an old hammer. It does the job. I think I have two, actually. I have a small one, too. Yeah, this one.
Thankfully, the head didn't fly, but yeah, it snapped right at the head.
This is one of the old school ones. This is the one I don't use. I'm afraid
Oh,
this
yeah.
one's going to fall apart. Whack some rocks. I have a bunch of rocks, actually. So copper is bad in the saltwater tank, right?
Yes, copper is very bad.
What does it do?
In high concentrations, it will kill all your inverts.
Okay.
And
That's
coral.
true in any tank.
Yeah. But
Hey, that
some
coral opened
people,
up, man. That's cool.
they in quarantine tanks, they'll use copper, but it's like a different type of copper.
Yeah. What about just like straight up like copper shavings from like a wire?
I don't know. I feel like that would just eventually leach into the water.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then that will cause problems.
Yeah, like long term, right? Well, here's the deal. Like, the reason I'm asking is because I have a bunch of whatever that coral rock is, right?
Yeah.
And it's in a box. But me being an idiot, I was cutting up a bunch of copper wire right above it, so I got all these copper shavings all over the coral rock. So.
Is it already dry?
Yeah, it's out of the water. It's been sitting in a box forever.
Oh.
I just dust it off, but I'm afraid that in like some of those little crevices there might be like some copper sitting there.
That should be fine. I mean, as long as it like wasn't actually water that got on it, dissolved it.
Yeah. Okay.
That should be fine.
The Widowmaker hammer, yeah.
Or like copper dust. If it got into the pores of the rock, it could have. But
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, like the dust getting in there. Yeah, I'll vacuum it. I'll probably soak it in water, like fresh water, for a
there are
year.
copper test kits you can get too,
True, very
where
true.
you can test the copper if you're
Soak it in a
scared.
bucket for like 3 months and then test it.
Yeah.
Compressed air would be a good one. Yeah, I'll go over. I kind of dusted them off already, and they didn't look incredibly bad. I'm just worried about it. But it was a short-sighted thing. I started using
You'll know if they start oxidizing.
somebody gave me a bunch of copper wire, like crazy amount of copper wire. $300 worth of copper wire, actually.
Oh,
And but it was like a big long, so I had to cut it all up. So I got a clamp and a sawzall and just started cutting like 18-inch pieces of this wire and stripping it. And that's where
Yep.
all the dust came from.
uh,
Probably have like a couple bucks of copper laying on the floor in dust. I never actually scrapped that. That was the first time I ever scrapped like anything really.
Make some good money doing that.
It was actually pretty decent. It was great copper. It was like it was the bright stuff, top dollar stuff.
When I was doing ACs and furnaces and shit,
Oh yeah,
we would have all the old ACs and furnaces at the end of the job. And
Yes.
after like 9 months of me working there, we had like all these ACs and shit in the back. And so I'm like, cool. I broke them all down and then I scrapped it and I made like $500.
Yeah, what are you just scrapping, like the
With
aluminum
copper?
on the radiators or whatever the heck those things are, the
Mhm.
fins, and yeah, copper in the tubing.
The tubing, the
They take the whole.
wires.
You have to break it down, or they just take the whole AC.
No, I break it down. I take the
Okay.
compressors out, all the piping off, and
Right, and put them in
the
different buckets.
coils.
This is aluminum. This is copper.
Yep, I gotta separate the aluminum from the copper. Like, yeah. But all in all, it was pretty good side money that I made.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, we used to put pennies in our hang-on bags and nails in the substrate. See, I think that copper and the actual solid copper is something probably pretty stable. Because you think about it, most houses, modern houses, well, not nowadays. Most modern houses are plastic, but back in the day, like before the plastic was copper. Like, so your pipes are all copper. So the water coming in your house has got to be copper, like some kind of copper coming in it, right? So I don't know how much that actually dissolves into the water column. I guess it would have to become part of the TDS, right? The copper. Yeah, I don't know how much the actual elemental copper does that.
I
don't
wouldn't know.
That's a good science question. But the
All
nail
I
on the
know-
substrate was for the iron, right? Wouldn't that break down and just
Yeah.
add iron to the tank, and the plants could use all that crap?
Yep.
I think that's still probably a solid way to add iron to your. Can't imagine that's a bad way.
This is how I add iron.
But I think nowadays a lot of nails are not iron anymore, or at least they have low iron. Yeah, laterite. That's a good way to do it too.
I'll stuff a little capsule and just stuff it in the substrate.
You got that in a tub, man. I didn't know they had tubs. I have give me a bag. I got a bag of that or whatever Brightwell stuff.
I like the tub. And man, it's
I would
pretty powerful. You don't need a lot.
No, and I used to
algae.
Does
If
it?
you use too much. If you use too much, I noticed it creates algae. Especially if it gets into the water column.
Did you keep that old looking scuba helmet from the fish fam table? As far as I know, that old looking, the one that's in my tank right now, that was given to me by Chattanooga Ed. So maybe it was on the table because he had it, or it was his. I know he bought it from one of the guys. Might have just been sitting on that table. Yeah, it's definitely cool.
I like the scuba dude. I feel like it's textbook for your channel because of your logo and
yeah, exactly.
It just suits.
Not that I do a whole lot of saltwater
saltwater
diving, but yeah, it works in a saltwater tank really well. I guess you could dive in freshwater too, but it's gotta be deep.
Oh, do you have macroalgae in there too?
Yes, I do. On the back there, so I got that. I went to the local Petco You're talking about that stuff, right?
Yeah, Caulerpa prolifera.
Okay. Yeah. It seems to be. It's surviving. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's getting better or worse or whatever, but it's living.
It's not pale white, so you're on a good.
It's a good start.
I got some, and it just turned white in my tank and melted instantly.
I think it was when I got the hermit crabs. I talked to the lady, and there was a bunch of that in the tank. I'm like, oh, what is this? Can I get some of that too? She's like, oh yeah, we'll just give it to you because one of the guys that worked there, I guess it was overgrowing his tank, so he brought it into the store and threw it in there. And we're like, just give it away.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it grows really fast.
Sweet.
It's supposed to. It's really good for like nutrient control and.
Yeah, that's kind of why
like
I figured it. It's a plant. It's gonna suck up nutrients.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we can get to like actual seaweed.
Yeah. Isn't there other macroalgae too that are more like leaf-like looking, like lettuce-looking stuff?
Yeah, there's a bunch of like there's sea lettuce. There's actual calcified algae that build like a white calcified stalk with these little pom-poms that come out of it.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's grape Caulerpa, which is the one I had that did really well. It was like green, but it had these little green balls at the end of each stem.
Sweet. Oh, I've seen those. I have seen those. Like a little like bulb-looking things.
Yeah, and there's a red variety of that too. There's also the feather Caulerpa, which is similar to the one you have in shape, but instead of it one single blade, it's a lot of little blades.
I got you, kind of almost like a fern or something.
Yeah, it looks a lot like a fern.
That's cool. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind getting some more of those underwater plants.
Yeah. Now that's the thing about algae eaters. When you get like a tang or a blenny, I don't know if a blenny will go after it, but I do know for sure tangs.
Tangs will eat that stuff. Okay.
Tangs will eat it.
Maybe yeah. I'll start with the blenny.
Start with.
Well, you also said tangs are probably going to outgrow the tank too, so I probably won't even get a tang because I don't.
Any tang will outgrow that tank.
Yeah. I was trying to keep it like low key. I actually thought about getting some blue-green chromies in here too. Like maybe
chromies would be cool, like a school of them.
Yeah, like 6 or 7, maybe 8. It's not that big of a tank, so I don't want to put too many in.
You could also try Antheus, but they're a little bit more finicky.
They got a flea.
The chromis are more beginner friendly.
See you, Dr. Black. Mark Stolzen's here. Ulva is a leafy algae.
Yep.
Nice.
There's Ulva. Dr. Black, have a good one.
Yeah, I'm getting that, you can see that red cyano stuff everywhere. It's actually starting to get, I think the tank is kind of coming out of this phase.
Tangs take forever to grow. They do take forever to grow. But, here's the thing. In a small tank, they're never going to grow to their full potential. Especially when it comes to tangs. They'll grow, but they'll grow slow, but they won't get to their full potential. And some tangs that can get to their full potential are just wow. I mean, some of these tangs get big fucking fish. They're thick.
Definitely cool though.
Yeah. And they love to swim. That's the big thing about tangs is that all they do all day long is go around and pick at algae, swim back and forth in the rocks. They're really chill fish. Sometimes they fight with other tangs, but they're pretty chill. See, 90 gallon, I think, is the minimum for tangs.
90 is a big tank.
90 is pretty big. But ultimately, some of the bigger tangs, like the Nasos or the clown tangs, the Sohal tangs, these tangs that can get up to 16, 18 inches.
Damn. Yeah,
they need a 6 foot, 8 foot tank.
Yeah. Well, I just got a 6 foot tank, but
yeah,
we got to set that up. I've been debating how I want to do this. Some of me wants to put it in this room, and some of me wants to, I don't know,
display it.
Well, I don't. where I'm going to set up this 90. I have right now in my workshop / garage, but there's really not. I got to get power out there, so I need to do that and obviously clean the garage and all that good stuff, insulate it a little bit better. That's a process, you know what I mean? That's going to take work. I probably need an electrician at some point because I think my panel's getting kind of full. To me, I already evaluate things, make sure I'm not going to burn my house down.
Right. And a tank that big is going to draw more power than a 4-foot tank when it comes to like heaters,
lights, filters. I'm probably going to do a sump system with at least one pump, maybe two. It's got to be 2 pumps because the way it's got like an overflow weir built into the tank. So 2 pumps, yeah, exactly.
And 2 pumps. And the cool thing about doing 2 pumps, you could do 2 smaller pumps.
Yeah, slower
instead
flow.
of 1 bigger pump.
This is going to be a freshwater tank, though. So
yeah. But another thing about having 2 pumps is if one of them blows out, you still have one going.
You got a backup, right? Yeah, right. That's what
I was thinking of doing that with my system because I'm going to have 2 tanks that drain into 1 sump.
When Alishan had a saltwater tank, he used Irish moss and fucus seaweeds. Wow, that sounds cool.
Fucus seaweed. That's cool.
Fucus.
There's a lot of different macroalgae. Like there's blue ones, there's red ones with orange tips. Like it's crazy.
Legs per breaker. Oh, okay. Eek. I didn't know that. I thought the code was you could have 6 outlets on one circuit.
I don't know the code.
I don't know the code either. I believe it's a 200 amp service. I hope so. What does that mean? Like all the little things have to add up to less than 200 or 200, right? Like your little
I think so.
breakers. Yeah. See, I got some weird breakers like from whoever had the house originally or whatever before me. Like my dining room, the lights and the outlets are on a 30 amp circuit. I'm like, why is this on a 30 amp circuit? Like, what the hell do I need 30 amps going to this stuff for? So that kind of scares me because that could start a fire, especially if the wire is only 15 gauge or whatever meant for 15 amps, which would be what, 14 gauge. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to electrician out here. Be like, yo, is this actually cool? Is that wire rated for 30 amps? Because I don't know. I need a consultant here. Anybody know a good electrician?
I would not say I'm a good electrician. Especially, I know low voltage. I can hook up a thermostat.
Yeah, I actually wired this whole basement down here so far. I did kind of look at some codes. Yeah, right. All right. It sounds like Silver Creek knows what's going on, but I don't know about the local code, but I did look at like the national electrical code, and I think it was like no more than 6 outlets on one circuit. So I have one circuit that is a dedicated GFCI for all the outlets in my fish room, and it has 6 of them. Yeah, and anytime, which is kind of a hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have split it into 2 circuits because if anything trips the GFCI, the entire fish room goes off, right?
Right.
Well, luckily my linear piston pump's on a different outlet, so at least the air keeps moving. But the lights go out, the heat goes out, any pumps stop working.
Yeah. It's smart to do it that way, though.
Yeah.
Unlike me, where I've got extension cords and daisy chain power strips and shit.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah, apparently I have a big old hurricane and I'm just fucking shit up all weekend.
What? What do you mean? You
There's a Hurricane Ian going through.
Yeah, coming up the coast, or we're coming close.
Coming up the coast.
that what it's called? Hurricane? I didn't even see the name. Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane Ian. I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks for the shout out.
What is it? Well, that's Eduardo. There you go. Wasn't it Eduardo's sister that gave Maria Z? You destroyed my. Because Hurricane Maria came through Puerto Rico and destroyed a whole bunch of stuff.
Now I'm coming for Florida.
It's coming for you. Fish fam's coming for you. Hurricane Jason, you better watch out for that one. That'll be the last
Now,
one.
if there's ever a Hurricane Kenny, you better watch out. That one's gonna be a real doozy.
Yeah, that's gonna be devastating. A lot of collateral damage. That's funny.
Is there the aquatic morning show today?
I actually don't know. Is it that time already? Holy cow.
It is almost 7 o'clock. That's usually when it goes. I'm seeing it.
Wow. Cool.
So in about 10 minutes, the aquatic morning show should be up. So
That's right. Today is Monday, isn't it?
today is Monday. Monday fun day.
At least I don't have to work today. Good times, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, man.
How is your spaceship thing going?
With the game?
Yeah, the game, man. I know
It's
you're
going.
Is it still under development, or is
Yeah,
it
it's
like...
good. It's probably going to be another year, 2-ish, till it's in beta phase, I guess. Maybe next year it might hit it. There's a lot of like huge changes happening to that game, like a lot of core tech that's getting put into it, and it takes a while, man. A lot of these like games, well, nobody's ever built a game like this, first of all, so I'm sure it's going to take longer than it would normally take. But a lot of those like AAA games, they take like 15 years from start to launch. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So we're at like 10, 11. No, yeah, it's going on. It'll be 10 years next year. Well, I guess technically Kickstarter happened in December of 2012, so I guess it'll be 10 years this year. But 10 years of development to build a studio, hire the people, develop the game, and as far as long as it is, it's not nothing. I mean,
Right.
not that
From
far
what
away.
the little bit that I saw, it looks like no other game I've ever seen.
It's pretty
And it
wild.
like got me interested. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
would like to
definitely cool.
try it when it comes out.
Yeah, I kind of I take it in steps because it's still in development. Sometimes like it's just like, okay, I just want to wait until something new comes in. Yeah, it's a first person seamless universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
No loading screens. You wake up in a bed in a space station or a planet. I think it's planets now. You wake up on a planet, whichever one you choose. And you get up, you get out of bed, and you go down and whatever. If you
And I
want
think you were saying they're trying to do VR in the future for
oh
that,
my
right?
word. Yes.
And that
I
would
know.
just be insane.
There's going to be that because that's going to be. It's already pretty immersive as it is.
Yeah, I mean, as it is, it looks really immersive, but just VR. But...
And there's no loading screen, and there's no like, what do you call it? Development tricks. Like, the spaceship has an interior that has dimensions that makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Like it's meant to be like a real world translation. Obviously, there's like things you gotta do because make it a game, and a space game because space is entirely huge. So the scale's a little different. Like the planets, I think, are all like a third scale of what they should be. You know what I mean? I think the whole solar system might be like that, but it feels big. And then they have like they call them jump points, and that's how you get to other systems. But they're like some systems are, I don't know. The lore in the game's kind of interesting. It takes place like 900 years in the future, I believe, is it what it is? And the human race is an empire. It's the United Earth Empire, and we've been spanning out ever since they've discovered those jump
Is there
points.
people making videos on this game?
Oh yeah, there's a whole Twitch live stream community that people on this stuff. There's YouTube stuff out there. A lot of people play this stuff. It's really wild. And like it's getting better by the minute because now there's all sorts of like player driven stuff because there is no rules. There's like a criminal system. Like there's controlled space. Like if you commit crimes, if you blow up somebody in a controlled space, you get a crime stat. You know what I mean? But if you turn down the comm array, if you turn off the comm array and start killing people, then you can just kill as many people as you want because you're not gonna and have no consequences. So there's that kind of interaction. There's stuff like you can like there's drug labs. You can do illicit. You can do like there's like black market stuff. Put it that way. There's like all sorts of mining. It's pretty wild, man. I should almost do streams on some of that stuff sometimes, like on my.
You should. I would watch that.
Maybe I'll do some Mr. Manifesto stream someday. Maybe today.
Bring Mr. Manifesto back.
Heck yeah! So subscribe to him if you haven't.
I think I still am.
I think he's got like 60 people following him. Let me see if we can find Mr. Manifesto.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. I'll post it in the chat if anyone wants to.
Well, I know I can find it. It's my channel. Whoops, that's not him. Yep, 61 subs, Mr. Manifesto. Your channel. There's one video on here, and I think it's for me. My promo video. Oh, I am a mod here. Cool. There you go.
You got it? Cool.
Yep. So, yeah. I'll stream there someday. Yeah, it's a fun game, though. It really is. And, you can get with other people. Like, they're called organizations. And we have an organization called the Scarlet Order. And, it's just a bunch of guys playing the game together, We have like a combat wing, we got like a science wing, we got a industry whatever wing. And there's all sorts of like different ships. There's combat ships, there's cargo ships, there's science ships, I don't know. It's pretty wild. Basically a universe you can do whatever you want at some point. Still
right,
involved.
It's like it's all open world multiplayer.
Now the next step is there's the solar system that they have in the game right now is called the Stanton system, right? The sun is called Stanton 2 or something like that. The next system they're opening up is that there's going to be a jump point from Stanton to the system called Pyro. And Pyro is like no man's land. It's nothing but like the seedy sector of space. Like I guess like it's uncontrolled. Anytime anybody tries to do anything in the lore, build things there, the criminal organizations just drive them out. So that's coming.
That sounds fun.
Shit ships. Can you leave Fishimon on one of the planets? Absolutely. I've died alone on many a planet in the game. They have ground vehicles. We used to have ground races that were the funnest things. We used to have like the Thunderdome thing. Like you find a crate because this is space. There's craters and stuff, right? We find a crater and we have all these like ground vehicles, and some of these ground vehicles are like assault vehicles, like guns and stuff on them. So we would just have like a death match, like people just climbing all over machines and then just trying to kill it. Last man standing kind of stuff was fun as hell. There were some videos on that actually. I wonder where those are. I know the Scarlet Order has its own video channel too, so really interested. Yeah, fun times, man. So you play those games?
I don't play a whole lot of games right now, but mostly because none of them really interest me.
Yeah.
Like it's either ones I've already played or ones that cost a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't know how that game is, but
yeah, this game's a little different, like because you don't have to be the greatest dude at combat if you don't want to be you can. There's always a role you could fill, and some of these ships,
like there's different things you can do.
Yeah, there's like engineering's like it's still in development, but that's coming too. Like you'd be the guy that's like while the ship's taking damage and the fires are in the engine room, you're trying to put them out and fix everything, as it's going down, so you can kind of keep the ship running. That gameplay is coming soon. So if you didn't want to do it, you could be that guy. You could be Scotty. You know what I mean? In the engine room. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. You could be like a turret gunner. You could be whatever. Science dude in the lab, mixing up fuels, whatever. Medicine. There's the medical gameplay. There's combat medics in the game too, and ambulances, like little ships med beds is what you got to throw somebody on a med bed to either like stabilize them so you can get them to a hospital, or some med beds you can heal up on.
Wow.
And then they have the doctors that can kind of stabilize you there in the field, give you a little blood shot. Yeah.
So if you die in the game, is that it? You lose everything?
They're still on the fence. I don't know. They were talking about it. It was called this whole thing called Death of a Spaceman. Like your character was supposed to be like, if it dies, there was supposed to be consequences. Like what would happen is your character would die, and then you would have another character that would pretty much inherit your stuff or some of your stuff or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. That's still in development, and whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But yeah, they have actually slowed down. Like you don't just die from being shot. You go into a down state, and then you're like down for a while. And if they come up and kill you while you're down, then yeah, you're dead. Which I know that's going to happen. That's going to people are going to do that just to fuck with you.
Yep.
But yeah, but I mean, so far there's it looks like this game is gearing up to have like serious ground warfare happening, like tanks, anti-aircraft missile stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty wild. I'm waiting for the day that happens. Actually, some of that has happened already. We've done those battles. Try to pick what we do is like a hostage situation. Like we'll take we call him the VIP, and we do something like we're going to transport the VIP from like he's kidnapped or something like that, right? And we're taking him from wherever to wherever, and you got to stop him. And if you kill a VIP, obviously, the game's over. The idea is keep him alive. Both sides are trying to keep him alive, and one side bad guys have him, and you're trying to get him from the back or whatever. Those are wild times. Space combat's its own thing too.
Good morning, Gina. We're just about to end it because the Aquatic Morning Show should be starting soon.
Bum, bum, bum. If it's not
they haven't already. I don't mean to walk all over them.
She's alive.
So.
Huh,
I think we will end it. I appreciate you coming up here, Jason.
No, man. Thanks for having me. Just chilling out. Talking fish. I'm cool with that.
Talking fish. It really helps to have someone up here.
Yeah, something about stuff off of. I mean, I feel like I was talking the whole time.
Back to 9:30. Oh, wow.
Well, there you go.
We've got a few minutes. Well, I might still end it because I gotta eat something.
It's like I'm out. I gotta get. I'm hungry.
That's cool. That'll give people some time to get stuff done before the morning show if they want to.
Sounds like a plan. All right, man. Well, thanks for having me. I'll bow out. See you guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Bye, Jason. Thanks for coming up here. Gina, I got a new coral yesterday from the coral store. It's cool. It's Algae pora. I talked about it a little bit in the beginning. But it opened up when I brought it home, so I guess that's good. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Who knows when the next one will be? It might actually be at Fishtoberfest. Who knows? So if that happens, that might be it. I'll send you a picture. But yeah, got the table ready. Bought I don't know what I'm going to do there, what I'm going to sell yet. But, it's going to be fun. Going to hang out. So I know the morning show's got some time left, but I think I'm going to call it here because I'm hungry. I probably want to go smoke a little bit too. And, yeah. Love you guys. See you later, Eduardo. It's going to be better than Ghani's. Yeah, first time trying it. And first time seeing one for reasonable price, too. So I was like, cool. Picked it up. Well, peace out, guys. See you guys in the next one. Yeah. I guess I'll pull up, but